So, do you feel like you might be like stressed out and you can't seem to find a solution, or everything is like overwhelming you, and every time something happens, it's like a pile on not confit, compound effect? Then this video is for you. Hey, I'm Angela, and I am your favorite journaling mentor. And today we're going to talk about and dive deep into why the Women's Journaling Club is an amazing tool and atmosphere that allows you to kind of dig deep into what's stressing you out, how to fix it, how to get better sleep. Like, this is your foundation of how to start over starting today. Like, today, not tomorrow, not yesterday, today. 77 and then 73% was things that are stress related or impacting their mental health was 73%. Like 73% of America's stressful events cause mental breakdowns, depression, anxiety, schizophrenic, like the things that cause a mental stress on our mentality, on our brain, our mind, those things that make us function and think of, what to do next, how to not stay in fight or flight, how to proceed to solve a problem that is causing a anchor and a weight and a tension, with our stress, right, on our mental health. And then we're going to add like a little extra sauce to that cake, right? 50% of women have reported. These are the ones that actually say something, because we don't say it. We don't say it out loud. We take on we carry the burdens. We understand that our male spouses and children and counterparts, their weight is equally, if not more, but we kind of internalize it differently, right? So 50% of those people reported that they are extremely stressed over the last 5 years. So let's count that, right? 2020, 21, 22, 23, 24. What does that equate to? 5 years of extra added stress, and the sleepless nights are adding up, and the anxiety is building up, and we're passing that stuff on to our children. Our children are watching us deal with it, and it's like, oh, well, it's usually what happens are learned behaviors, right? If mom freaks out every time XYZ happens, then that's probably what I should do subconsciously. If dad does this every time this happens, I said I don't want to act like that, but when I become an adult, guess what happens? You do the same things subconsciously. You find yourself in the same patterns that you have expressed. So let's talk about how to change that, how to take steps from going here to there, to being from extremely overstressed, overstimulated, stressed out, burnt out, to calmness, to peace of mind, to relaxation, to be intentional about where we want to go. I'm not here just to talk about it or, read statistics. I've been there, done that. Like, really been there, done that. To essay, to almost unaliving myself, to seeing other people almost unalive themselves, to be in situations where the bills are higher than the income, and you gotta wonder if the lights are gonna stay on, or the lights did get cut off and now you gotta ask somebody else to come help you. Like, been there, done that. To now I make too much money and I don't know what to do because I never learned how to financially add investment money to something else. Like, I have been through the ringer, right? And I got a story to tell about that, right? So here I go to the doctor. Quite often, I'm a vet, XYZ, right? And so most of the time when I go in, they do the blood pressure measurements. So I go in, and what happens is she looks at me here, she looks at me, and they put the thing on my arm, and I hold my arm up naturally because over the last 10 years maybe, um, it starts acting real crazy if I leave my arm down. It'll go over like 200. And then they're looking like, how is it over? And I'm like, I don't know. I don't know. You the doctor, you the nurse. I don't know. You tell me, right? So what happens is I have to hold my arm up and then they turn it on. Then they take it. But in their head, they're already looking at me like, okay, we're looking at her background. Okay, we know this is happening. Why is this reading this way? Because my blood pressure always stays within its normal reading. And I want to say one time the doctor tried to put me on blood pressure medication. And I was like, what I'm not going to do is take blood pressure medication. What I need to do. And they couldn't, figure it out and what happened. So I ended up doing research myself. And I had already started, properly researching, only because I had got into a seriously bad accident with Bambi, i.e. the deer, and I kind of wrecked my car, messed up my back, and that was like downhill for me. So I'm in constant pain for years. We're talking about level 7 on a regular basis. Like, I wake up and I'm like, I wanted to stay asleep at least 5 minutes longer so I wouldn't have to face this today, because I already knew that once I started moving, it was going up to an 8 or 9, right? So these are things constantly dealing with: sleepless nights, constantly exhausted, the stress, like all of that, right? So they're looking at my background, and I'm telling them that I refuse to go out because of certain things that I can't control. And my blood pressure was one of them I was going to control. So out of everything that I can't control, I have learned to write it out. I'm not really good at properly expressing my vocabulary to my loved ones sometimes. I can, get sassy and think off the top of my head. But when it comes to intentionally, like, expressing my emotions, it's kind of hard. So I've learned to express them through writing. And when I can't find the words to console you or make you feel better in a moment, or sincerely like figure out how to change something, I write it out. I come back to it. And so in that process, I know that is one of the key factors as to why I have not been on blood pressure medication. My eating habits, absolutely. What I try not to let stress me out, absolutely. The amount of prayer that I do, absolutely, right? But I know that the foundation of what I do and where God has led me to is the journaling. I've gone through communities, I've been depressed, like you name it, I've been there, I've done that. But inside of the journaling club, I wanted it to be something that I didn't have. I didn't have somebody that I could say, hey, I'm feeling some type of way. Can you give me a prompt or something, or affirmation to make me feel better in the moment? So even though I'm saying it out my mouth and I might not be able to feel it yet, I know for a fact that what comes out of my mouth goes into my ear gates and then resonates with my heart. And so I need something, because I can't think it. I can't process it. So having that access to someone, access to those tools where I don't have to kind of like Google search some random stuff, but it's dedicated to me, would have made me go through the process just a little bit differently, right? And so that's why I took something that I've overcome in certain areas. Some areas I still struggle with. Some areas I don't. I don't really struggle with anger management right now. Thank God. I used to. I was her. I had one episode. And just because you relapse does not mean that you are her again. Let me repeat that again. Just because you relapse once or even twice, that does not mean that you are in the habit pattern of doing it again, over and over again. So don't let that be, well, I did it, so now I got to go back to this person. You don't. I had an episode where I thought I was gonna possibly, pop off on somebody if I had to saw her at the moment. But it let me know where I had come from. I mean, it took me a while to get to that point, but it took me like a couple of months. But I was like, oh my gosh, I've really grown. Because otherwise, I probably would have ran her over by a car by now. I would never. Saying that on camera, I would never. But yeah, that's probably what would have happened. So throughout the whole process of me overcoming my pain, my anger, my issues, my sleepless nights, those things that kind of built up over the years, I've learned to address it. And so, like I said, this was why I created the Women's Journaling Club. It has been a pressing issue for me over the last year or so, where I just finally found a space where I was comfortable enough to create it. I was comfortable enough to trust and obey in this process. So in that, I want to make sure that the space that I create for you is created with you. So yes, I have tools that work. Yes, I can be your accountability partner. Yes, if you raise your hand, I'm going to see you raise your hand. Those are all factors. But the thing that I cannot do is I can't make you push join button, and I can't make you say, I'm going to do this because it's worth the try. But I guarantee you the knowledge. I can guarantee you some support. If you need extra support, I can see if we're a good fit. But I want you to take the first step in saying, yes, Angie, this video resonated with me. This made me feel seen. What do I have to do? I'm tired of sleepless nights. I'm tired of being in pain. I'm tired of depending on someone else's emotions on how to manage me, when I can regulate my own emotions, when I can begin to regulate how I feel and what I think. I can take the tools that are given to me and make them actually change. Like, I can take steps in actively taking small steps to change every day. Because you didn't become the way that you are overnight. And if you obviously like the way that you are, you wouldn't be listening this far into the video. There's something about you staying and sticking around that you're like, she's talking to me. I need to change. I need to know that there's better. So I'm going to A, tell you that there is better. B, let you know that this is the spot that you landed on because you internally wanted to be better. Like, a lot of people love being stuck where they are. They love being in the mud. They love being in the wallow of what happens because they feel like there's no escape and they've just been there too long, or their environment makes the wallow seem great. Like, it's not a great space. There's more to life. Every day that you get up and you have an opportunity to see the next day, to make a difference in somebody else's life, it's a huge thing. We thrive on community. We thrive on being connected to each other, and having the journaling club is made just for you and made with you. So I'm always taking polls. I'm always asking, because I want to provide the best tools and steps for you to get from A to B. Because we might not get to Z this year, but what's wrong with just taking a step from A to B? Hey, this was the first night that I actually slept better. Or, hey, I stopped binge eating when I got stressed out and I lost 5 pounds. Hey, I journaled and now I've done it for 3 days and I feel better. Like, I sat down with God and now I got an actual plan. Like, what does that look like? So you don't have to stay in the wallow. You don't have to stay where you are. You can join a community that is intentional. Like, we're specifically picking up these points, these pain points that sometimes are hidden and they're hidden in other areas. And I want to bring them to the forefront so they can be attacked and dissembled. They can be discounted, distracted, and pulled apart. So they no longer are a surprise to you. It's not a dismay. It's not, oh, I didn't know that my stress levels was high and my cortisol was doing this, and it was actually internally ripping my body apart every day, and I didn't know this. That when I function in fight or flight mode, I actually gain weight over time. That when I'm constantly on a 10, it begins to work on body parts and break them down because they're pulling energy versus giving it energy. Like, you don't know none of that until somebody tells you. You just know you don't like the way you feel. So in all of that, I'm saying there is no reason why you should be still listening to this video and not click the button down below and join the journaling club. It's free. The Women's Journaling Club is free. You have opportunity to get one-on-one. You have an opportunity to go do other stuff, but join it first. Like, come talk to me first. DM me. You get a DM from me soon as you come in. Like, I'm here. So I'm not just some far off YouTube maker and, oh my gosh, I can't even, she doesn't even respond. I respond to every DM. I respond to every message on my YouTube channel, and I will continue to do that. That is something that I'll continue to do because I want to always feel, I want you to always feel like I hear you. So again, if you're struggling, come join us. Come join us, come join us, come join us. And watch out for the next video. Our next video is right here, and we will be discussing how to get a better sleep schedule. Like, one of the first things to do to take a step into having a better sleep schedule, which leads to better sleep. So, all right. I love y'all, and I will talk to y'all later.